So tonight we're going to paint our first round of demon parts. These are going to be Chrysler PGE big, or the color is, what is it called? Green with Envy is what it's called. These have been blocked out to 500 and everything's been seam sealed. So we're going to paint doors inside and out, deck lid inside and out, and the top side of the hood. And the reason I'm only painting the top side of the hood is because the hoods are generally big. I like to spray hoods like they're gonna be on the car, just for metallic orientation. This is a metallic color, so I like to spray them the way that they're gonna be on the car. So basically with the hood, what we'll do is we'll paint this tonight. I'm gonna do 5 coats of VC 5700 over everything. And then we'll let that dry naturally for a week or so, and then we will bake that with an infrared light. We'll bake it, and then we'll actually hang it and prep the backside with the hood hanging, because we don't want to flip it over onto the freshly painted side and lay it on a stand the other way. What I like to do is hang them and prep the backside, paint the backside with the hood hanging, and then we bake the backside and we let the hood hang for, you know, another few days at least before we take it down and carefully set the bottom onto a cart like this again, so we can cut and buff it. So I've got everything wiped down with water cleaner and wax and grease remover. Now I'm gonna go in and tack everything off and start spraying. So I'm using DP50 LV here as a sealer. It's 2 to 1 to 1, and I over reduced it about 10%. I'm spraying it out of a W400 with a 1.3. So we've got sealer down, came out pretty clean. So I'm getting ready to go in, put a coat of base on. This is Chrysler PGE Green with Envy, and I'm going to use this Iwata LPH 400 with the orange cap. I'm going to be spraying this at about 20 pounds. In this mixture I'm using D872, which is very equivalent to DT895, which is what I typically would use, but I've recently found out that the D series, the global series reducers, will actually help a little bit with metallics. It's a higher grade of reducer, and Deltron is coming out with the NXT line. They're basically kind of taking the best of global and the best of Deltron, putting it together, and the new Deltron reducers will be literally global reducers in a different can, because they're killing global and kind of combining Deltron and global into NXT. So we've got one coat down of base. As you can see, it came out very clean. Really happy with how this is going so far. But what I'm looking for is any dirt at this point. I've got one coat of base down. It's flashed for about 20 minutes. I'm going to come in. I've got a piece of 600 here, and anywhere that I see a nib, I'm going to kind of just go through and hit. I think there's a couple right in here. I'm not sure if you guys can see them, but I'm just going to kind of knock that peak off of that nib a little bit. And then when I come back in and do my next couple coats of base, it'll fill those scratches, and then it in, shut the lights off, take the sun gun, check my edges, corners, up, down, bottoms, everything, all the angles, make sure there's paint on every edge and every nook and cranny. And then after that, we'll come in, start spraying clear. We're gonna do 5 coats of VC 5700 on this car. And then this stuff is gonna sit for a few weeks to a month probably before we cut it open and think about, you know, sanding and buffing. We'll put it through a few bake cycles and really let that clear cure. So I've got the first coat of 5700 down. We're using the LPH 400 for clear, also out of a 1.3. I'm spraying at about 40 pounds, but I got the first coat down. I'm going to give it about 10 to 15 minutes here. We'll come in, put the next coat down. And then I'm going to do, after the second coat, I'll do about 20-25 minutes. And then after the third coat, we'll extend it to about 35 to 40 minutes. We'll do the fourth coat, then we'll do 45 minutes to an hour flash time before the last coat, the fifth coat. And on the first coat, I usually don't do the jams if I'm going to be stacking clear. I'll get one coat on the front sides of everything, and then the second coat I'll do everything front and back. The third coat, I'll do only the front side, because we don't need 5 coats of clear on the back. We're not going to cut and buff the back. So basically, on the third coat, I won't do the back again. It'll have 1 coat. I'll have 3 on the front. On the fourth coat, I'll come in and hit everything front and back, and then the fifth coat will hit everything front and back. So we'll end up with 3 coats on the back, 5 on the front. So now we've got 5 coats on everything. 5 on the beauty side, I'll say, the side that we're gonna cut and buff, and 3 on the back sides, everything. As you can see, it came out pretty nice, pretty clean. There's a couple tiny little pieces of dirt here and there, but for the most part, very clean. Pretty happy with that.